Hi everyone and welcome to DIF. I am here today with Enrica Dalma, Circle Economy's Program and Business Development Director and a member of the Circle Cities team. The Circle Cities program is a platform that brings together cities, businesses, and regions to create a circular economy on a global level. How are you today, Enrica?
Very good, thank you, Katie.
So what are the key drivers for cities to transition to the circular economy?
It also depends on the geography, but mainly the livability of cities and cities wanting to become more and more resilient. And with the global urbanization, it's basically about employment. So every city needs jobs, and they see a big increase with the urbanization.
Great. So I know that the big question that comes from cities a lot is the how. So how is circular economy helping them to implement circularity throughout the cities?
Yeah, so we started, I think, 3 years ago with Amsterdam, and we've kind of developed a framework with them to be able to take decisions in every step of the phase towards circularity. So first we look at where the energy is within the city to work on, which sectors are the main economic sectors, for example, but what is the political will as well. Mm-hmm. Those are key success factors for it to happen eventually. And then we map actually the material flows that go through a city. So the materials in specific sectors, so cities and the businesses can both choose what to work on and where to start working on circular strategies and eventually implementing by setting up pilot projects.
So implementation, you're working towards that with some cities that you've already done this material flow analysis with. And how is that going? What do you kind of look for when you're helping a city implement?
Yeah, so actually everything is focused on getting these pilot projects off the ground. And when it's successful, obviously to scale them. So we work with the post-industrial cities like Bilbao and Glasgow. Glasgow is a great example. So we had, for example, Glasgow and its businesses have a very successful pilot project. They got a successful pilot project off the ground called Jaw Brew, which is actually beer made from bread waste in the food and beverage sector, which Glasgow chose to work on, and it's a big success at the moment, and it's ready for scaling. So this is the success also as a city that you need to be able to engage with the wider business community within the city.
That's great, and I'm sure that the SMEs throughout Glasgow are also seeing that that's a success, and being able to implement circularity is actually possible. So, what does that mean for the program that they just recently set up, Circular Glasgow?
Yeah, so Circular Glasgow is focused on engaging the wider business community, as you mentioned, indeed. So at the moment, we're looking at how can we involve also the creative industries, one of Glasgow's major industries, to actually unlock the potential for Glasgow's SMEs to work on circularity. And this program is actually very groundbreaking and interesting, Glasgow being a front runner in this in this whole area. It would be great to see what outcomes could be there, and we work with the businesses on setting up many pilot projects next year. Very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. So you also mentioned that one of the key drivers was employment. What is Circle Economy doing in the city's program to kind of measure employment and see how that transition is being aligned with also the shift in employment based on robotics and connectivity and a lot of the trends that are happening now?
Yeah, so we see a shift in employment happening actually across many cities and regions. Rightfully so, what you said. So basically, cities need to get a grip on where the shift is actually happening, and also how would that relate actually to circular strategies, circularity. Does that add to creating jobs within a city? Because the city needs to adapt the education basically, but it also is a very a great way to choose for cities what sectors to work on. So, for example, if you choose to work on with the business models of repair services, and that means that you create those that you attract those kind of businesses, that will probably and most likely involve more circular jobs. So we have measured circular jobs for the Netherlands, which is currently 8.1%. We're able to actually break that down to a very, very specific, even on a street level, to see how many circular jobs there are, where they are, how they are spread across the specific principles of the circular economy. And that gives actually a kind of a framework for cities to be able to kind of have their strategies in place and work towards more jobs and businesses that are related to that, obviously.
And this kind of research really brings it down to a citizen level. So what are cities doing to engage citizens, and are there things that citizens can do to help with the transition?
Yeah, so I think two things. I'm happy you asked that question because it's all about the citizens, obviously, and engaging the citizens at a specific time towards a circular economy is key. And how to do that is also learning by doing at the moment. So we have we're creating a platform. We've done a few pilots with that at the moment. Defining a challenge for Glasgow, and see how we can engage with the citizens to crowdsource their knowledge and solutions on this platform called Circle Lab that will be launched next year. So very exciting to see what that will bring.
Sounds like a perfect opportunity for our audience. But also you mentioned that it will be you'll have a lot of knowledge to share. So I know Circle Economy has an open source ethos. What are they doing to share the knowledge that they have now and the knowledge that they'll gain in the future?
So two things: circular strategies and cases are captured and open source accessible on our Knowledge Hub. And secondly, we're creating an engaging platform called the Circle Dashboard, where with actually two functions for cities to engage with one another and make sure that they learn from each other and share their successes, but also their challenges. And also to be able to measure. So, for example, the circular jobs methodology that we just spoke about would be great to open source on this platform and link that to circular strategies. What would that mean for my city? How many jobs would it create, etc. So that work is in progress, and that's a very big project. But we're capturing and trying to share as much as possible in wider cities community. So
very exciting and a lot to look forward to.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and joining us today.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you.